Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. We're going to start the Soapbox, so I request all the non-executive council members to be seated on this side, please. So I'm hoping that everyone sitting here has got an invite mail. Has everyone? Have you guys got an invite mail?
EM. Take a chair, sit outside.
Okay, so Kaushik is moderating the Soapbox. He will give you the specific instructions, but before that, I would like to tell you something general. The Soapbox, since we have only one candidate, it will be divided into 2 to 3 sessions. First session, we have the candidate's presentation. After that, we'll move on to Executive Council, and then we'll move on to the Sphere Heads in Course and GSP. So before starting, I would like to let you know, once the presentation and EC questioning is done, there will be a duration of time that you will be able to ask questions. It will be mentioned by the moderator. Please note that decide your questions, your sub-questions, the length of your clarifications beforehand itself. You will only be getting that much amount of time to ask questions. So please discuss among yourselves before you take a lot of time to ask one question, their sub-questions, their clarifications. So the time specified for you guys will be fixed. We'll be moving on to GSP because they also need to ask questions. And if there is any time left, we will be moving back to you or the EC as per their necessities. Also, the Executive Council members have the right to ask and give clarifications anytime. So it will be moderated based on that. Yeah, so now, yeah, after the candidate gives his presentation and the Executive Council asks questions, we will let you know. Okay.
So hi everyone, I formally welcome everyone to the Cultural Affairs Secretary lit Soapbox. And a few general instructions. The candidates will be, the candidate will give his presentation for 7 minutes, not more than that. There is no cross questioning because it's a UNAN post. Then it's followed by EC round and spearheads. Then SECC. Then we'll go to GSP if possible. So let's start with the presentation.
Hello everyone, I am Sai Sankalp, a third year undergrad in the Department of Chemical Engineering, contesting for the position of Cultural Affairs Secretary Literary. I am here with my vision of 3 years, setting new paradigms, sculpting Sarang legacy, and strengthening accountability. Going a little more into this, first thing would be building a stronger and more accountable team, reimagining culturals to foster a more eventful and inclusive culture, bringing Sarang beyond the fest, creating a lasting cultural imprint. Now, I would like to take you through my manifesto. Let us begin with Sarang and beyond. Happifying Sarang. Sarang's experience will be enhanced by a user-friendly app that streamlines event registration, rewards participation, and features a dynamic map with real-time updates. Appadipodu Sarang. Day 0 of Sarang will be dedicated to school students, featuring exciting inter-school competitions and workshops, culminating in a grand classical night. Bite-sized bites. I'm excited to introduce digital food coupons that will streamline the process, eliminate chaos of paper, and creating a more accountable and efficient system. Canvas of dreams. I want to showcase the artwork of school students at Sarang, which will foster artistic expression and creativity while incorporating them into the festival's vibrant cultural experience. Crafting sustainability. A dedicated space for the sustainable crafts, GI tag products, and cultural heritage to come together, celebrate eco-friendly creativity, and empower local artisans. Now talking about Sangam. Cult synergy. Untapped clubs can showcase their potential by reaching new audience and demonstrating their artistry through departmental festivals. Contingent Connect. Weekly sessions will transform the contingent into a vibrant cultural team, enhancing cohesion and GSB engagement. Forging futures. Sessions led by the contingent inspire NCA students to turn their passion into strengths, preparing them for a big stage through pre-contingent training. All stars. I aim to empower artistic brilliance by forming a strong team through immersion in Chennai's cultural scene and nurture budding talent with contingent opportunities. PG partnership. By partnering with RAS and Mitra, I wish to discover postgraduate talent. This initiative transforms routine activities into engaging events such as open mic challenges, karaoke nights, and shairi sessions to uncover hidden talents. Now moving on to LitSoc. Cult Space. Integrate Sangam into the InstaSpace app to enhance engagement by showcasing LitSoc leaderboards, event registrations, participation analytics, and personalized recommendations. Litocalypse. I aim to introduce an XP-based system that will fuel hostel rivalry by turning LitSoc events into strategic battles where hostels earn points through participation and victories. Litcoins. I plan for InstaSpace to track LitSoc event participation, award points, and prizes to individuals, thereby encouraging consistent cultural engagement. Lit Legacy. I intend to create a LitSoc Hall of Fame board to honor the winning hostels and literary and social secretaries, preserving their legacy and fostering a culture of excellence and pride among hostels. General Championship. I aspire to create a comprehensive inter-hostel tournament by integrating LitSoc, TechSoc, and the Stoator into a unified championship, amplifying hostel rivalries and the competition. Now, going behind the silver screen. Chitty Gossip. I want to reconnect Sarang's legacy by engaging alumni in talk shows, fostering a vibrant community, and leveraging our shared passion for invaluable support. Cultural Chronicles. I aim to create an yearbook that will immortalize the talents and contributions of the contingent and team members, inspiring the future generations. Lens of Sarang. Chennai schools will embark on a vibrant cultural journey, hosting competitions that will boost young talent and ignite a passion for the arts. The best performances are showcased at Appadipodu Sarang, providing students with a grand platform for creative expression. Lit Sanctuary. I want to transform the library into a welcoming space by adding novels and popular reads, collaborating with the Academic Affairs Secretary to spread the joy of reading beyond academics. Precision with Notion. I aim to replace G-Sheets with Notion to simplify tracking and collaboration, allowing coordinators to log progress and enhance inter-team coordination. Street Echoes. I plan for IIT Madras to bring its vibrant cultural energy to Chennai streets through engaging events, spreading excitement and resonance beyond the campus. Now, I stand here today. I'm not just here to stay. I'm here to make a change. I'm here to build a legacy. Together, let us turn every setback into a stepping stone and rise above the noise. In commitment lies excellence. Thank you.
So now we'll directly move to the easy questionings. Around 40 minutes of time will be given for easy and 20 minutes for spearheads. If easies feel they can, sort of reduce the time for yourself.
Do any of you have questions? Yes or no? No. You don't have questions now. See, we have to decide time based on that, no? So, do you have questions?
First.
The question is, do you three have questions? No. Okay, then we'll move on. How
Okay.
much time do they have? Specify.
So now 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Okay.
So each person one question, one, like a round. And I will decide whether it should have a follow-up or not.
Hi, Sankalp. Hello.
Hi, Shrivant.
Yeah. So basically, one main thing I wanted to ask from the manifesto is, so I hope you know the difference between responsibilities and vision, because that is what you have to write in manifesto. Roles and
Okay.
responsibilities should not ideally in manifesto.
Okay.
So I will just point out 6 points. You tell me what is new from what is already happening. Okay.
Okay.
So one is imprints.
Right.
Second is the PG contingent point. Third is forging futures. Fourth is the contingent connect, canvas of dreams. And then one more thing, lens of Sarang is basically school people, us conducting events in different schools. And canvas of dreams is also the same. Canvas of dream is just specific to fine arts. So canvas of dreams is a sub point of lens of Sarang, but it's written in 2 different points. So these 6 points just explain what you're doing different from what is already happening.
You should answer the question. One manifesto copy they have, I can give.
Thank you.
Yeah, answer the question first.
So, your point was regarding canvas of dreams.
PG contingent, forging future, and then lens of Sarang, canvas of dreams. Then what is the imprints point?
Shivan, just a second, let me mark.
See, mark. Abdi Podu Sarang, the first point. Second point, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appadi Podu Sarang, canvas of dreams.
Contingent connect, PG partnership,
Yeah.
forging futures, and canvas of dreams.
Where is it?
I think you should answer.
Yeah. So beginning with Appadi Podu Sarang. So the idea is to get in school students here and give them an opportunity to express their art forms. So the whole motive for me to put this point was, going with my vision, I wanted to increase the visibility of Sarang events. So tapping into a new audience, school students could be a good option to go with, and getting them here would even increase the footfall. So that was my point for Appadi Podu Sarang. Then going with Canvas of Dreams, showcasing the artwork of school. So again, yeah, it will be kids who will be showcasing their art form. Agree to your point. These can be clubbed into a single point. I wrote it specifically into 2 because even, let's say, for suppose Appadi Podu Sarang, for some constraint it does not happen, we can still pull this off, pull this Canvas of Dreams point, because I feel that is very much doable and that will encourage a lot of school students to come and showcase their art. Then going with Contingent Connect. Through weekly sessions. So through Contingent Connect, I wanted every contingent to get involved with GSB, giving them an opportunity to interact with a specific club or the specific art form. So that was my whole idea behind putting in that point. Then forging futures. Inspiring NCA students to turn their passions into, okay. So for this thing, how is it different from Contingent Connect? Contingent Connect is basically letting the GSB know your art form, giving them an opportunity to get used to your performance. But through forging futures, I would say, I would want NCA students specifically to come in and participate for the events, get in a gist of inter-IT contingent, how it works, and get them motivated. So next is PG partnership. PG partnership is partnering with the, I would say PG partnership, the current thing which is going on, having PG representatives, that is a very good thing that is happening. So in accordance with it, I would want this point also to happen, creating one more avenue to find out who exactly could be a potential PG contingent.
Next question. No, give. Clarification.
But yeah, as Shrivan told earlier, his question was like, how many of these points which are already happening or which were already mentioned in the previous manifestos and already happening.
Okay.
But whatever you told, it's already happening. You told you're like tapping into new audience as school people. Do you think it's okay? What is already happening in like, are we tapping into school students? Do you think?
So with the idea of imprints, what I felt was tapping into school students through that didn't really happen this time to a greater extent, but specifically focusing on school students would actually increase the footfall, tapping in new audience, going through, let's say there's a contingent of 20 from each school and we get in 10 schools. So there's exactly 200 people coming in. So going beyond it, there'll be teachers who will be coming along with them. So it's like an avenue opening for us. That's what my thought was.
Fine, but yeah, his question was like, what is new? But
Next question.
Yeah, so for Apri-Podu Sarang, you're basically written, you'll be getting school students on day 0. So if you know, right now day 0 is basically a day where no events happen. That's why it's called day 0.
Yes.
Except dramatics and classical night.
Right.
And maybe some Meraki workshop happens right
Yeah,
now.
right.
Why do you think day 0 exists and do you think it's necessary? Like a null and void day like this.
I'm sorry?
Like a day 0 where nothing else happens other than dramatics and classical night, which is basically inauguration for Sarang. Nothing else happens. Why? Like, but you have basically said you will fill it with events just like any other day. So now day 0 also becomes a day.
Wait. So my point here was not filling it with events, filling in with school students who will be performing their arts. Let's say we have a musical competition. After the selections are done among schools, they'll be coming here and performing those competitions. So we'll be setting up a stage for them. That was my whole point. So events will be performed by school students.
Yeah, we should conduct them right. We are basically conducting competition for school students. So it's still work for all club heads.
Right.
So basically now day 0 is also packed just like any other day. My question is, do you think that should happen? And why do you think day 0 is the way it is right now?
Okay. Answering your first question, yes, I think it should happen. With my vision going this way, I would like to stick with my opinion. And why day 0 is happening like this? Agreed that there is a lot of FR work that's going on around on day 0. But if we put in a little effort, because my whole point was putting this on Sarang streets, nowhere else. Maybe moving on with Ramanujan or the stage on the streets. So not moving beyond this, I think we can pull this off.
Next question. No, next question. Next person. Next person. Just letting you know, 10 minutes done. 10 minutes left.
Okay. So coming to Apri-Podu Sarang, there is some prize money that has been allotted for this, but no feasibility has been taken from finance course regarding this.
Okay.
And Also coming to, you said that this is something that you will be tapping in more to, but from years we tap a little into school students because they generally don't come into Sarang because of the registrations and stuff. If it is paid, they will not be coming, and without payment you are willing to give up some, let's say 67k worth of prize money to school students itself on day one. So why do you think that is better than what's happening currently?
So giving prize monies to students is like an investment from our side, but over time people who are coming along with the school students would be interested to actually, let's say they move on and attend the classical night since they're here at day 0. Post that, they would be interested to actually buy tickets for the show, and wherein we can generate revenue. This was my whole idea behind this.
Classical night is free, right?
Post classical night.
Okay.
For the next days.
So people coming for day 0 will stay up here in institute?
Because we are only focusing on schools in and around Chennai, right?
Next question.
Next person.
I had a question regarding the contingent connect point. You said weekly meets with the contingent and the GSB.
Right.
Considering the contingent meets regularly should be for the contingent to improve itself. If contingent meets every week with the GSB, which other time do you expect the contingent to take out to prep on its own? And it's unfair in general to expect someone to spend 2 days, assuming 2 hours each day, every week for contingent prep. So wouldn't that point literally increase the work first thing for the contingent, but also for the core team of every club as a whole?
Okay. So agree to your point that there will be a little more workload, but weekly sessions in the sense, I've not specifically told it would be 2 sessions or 1 session, and we can go with 1 contingent every week. Not that all the contingents will be performing every week. So it is just an idea to interact with the GSB so that people can come in.
Next question.
Next question. Nobody has question?
No, they have so much question, they'll act later.
Just a suggestion for the previous question, that day 0 thing, I would suggest you put a day -1 and you have all the effort work done then.
Okay.
Then you can still go ahead with day 0 idea. Because there is still a need for a day where all work has to be done, or else it will be too hectic for everyone.
Right.
Okay. Now coming to the question. So this appifying Sarang point, and then the cult space and litocalypse, okay, or litcoins, whatever. These points, what is the groundwork you have done on why you think that application of this will just solve the problems existing right now? What I mean is, right now already we have a website where we can book tickets, we can register for events and everything for Sarang. We already have Instagram where leaderboard for Litsoc is updated regularly. Why do you think integrating that with InstiSpace, which is a much relatively less used app than Instagram in Gen GSB, and introducing this new app which will be new for people to download from Play Store rather than just going to the website? So give me statistics on why you think this will make better than what is already existing right now.
So what's existing right now is your point of website. Instagram. Fine. Going with the InstiSpace point. Yeah, I wanted to integrate with the InstiSpace because as of now, it is very less used app, agreed, right now, presently. But the way it was used earlier to actually access to the things in Insti, that was very creative. So going with that fact of what had happened before, we can actually get in the previous thing and make it happen is what I felt. And having Litsoc leaderboard on Insti, it is not just about leaderboard, it is about all the events and the participation that they can see in the app that will help boost participation from other students as well, thinking that okay, my friend is here who's participating, who's interested in this, and post that it will be easier for us to track on students on which art form they are interested in or they are good at. Right. Okay.
Answer.
Uh, yes, agree to your point that Instagram has more reach, but putting in with Insta space gives, I felt it would give us that us feel pertaining to Insta students.
Next question, next person. No one wants to ask question.
One at a time, then we'll see according to that. Okay.
Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Excuse
Follow
me.
up to your question.
Are you a spirit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one comment regarding FR, it seems. You told that FR should put more efforts so that you can conduct more events on day 0. I didn't understand that.
No,
Do you
I
think
never commented that way.
Can you please clarify that comment?
Okay, could you repeat the comment? I mean, could you repeat the comment? What was it exactly? That was not my point. I never commented that FR isn't working or something. I told day 0 is necessary. According to what Srivanth had told, day 0 is a day where FR works happen. Simultaneously, it would be tough to host events. That is what was the point.
So you did told.
No, I knew this, but I thought, I still believe that we can pull off events on day 0.
Yes, Sankalp, to get few clarities. Actually, FR work starts from day -1. Actually, this year, if you have seen, it started from day -1 itself. So where we started our major works, like it may be the Walker thing or Changara thing. So it's not starting from day 0, but
no, on day 0, works also happen, was my thing.
Yeah, it will be happening. It will be happening, but you cannot start the whole event on the day 0 itself.
Right.
Next person.
Right. So this question is also like regarding your Sarang app only. In your feasibility report, you have mentioned with QR-based tickets, entry becomes faster and hassle-free. How do you think tickets are sent to people right now?
Okay. And yeah, they are sent via QRs. Agreed. That was a mistake from my side in the feasibility report. Yeah.
Next person.
Hi, this is regarding the general championship point
Yeah.
in your manifesto. You're planning to integrate LitSoc with Deans and Streuter.
Yeah, right.
So, like, the selection criteria for all of these events is very different. There are lots of rigorous selection processes for Dean and Streuter, but for LitSoc, whoever wants to go can go.
Right.
How is this going to look in whatever perception you had in mind? Because if inter-hostel rivalry and all comes, like obviously there'll be more selections for LitSoc events also. This might risk making LitSoc a little less accessible than it already is.
With the current participation, what I have seen in hostels, I think that won't prove a point here. It'll make some hassle. It'll go smoothly is what I felt while I was devising this.
We'll take one last question here, then we'll go.
You wanted to ask?
Karthik.
Okay, so I again have some points combined. So now coming to Street Echoes, Lit Legacy and All Stars. Explain the feasibility and practicality of all these 3 points, because for one of the points, feasibility was not taken from us.
Can you repeat? He is noting down.
Lit Legacy, Street Echoes and All Stars. You didn't take feasibility in Street Echoes. Sorry, All Stars. All Stars you didn't take, and Street Echoes also. Yeah, both these points you want contingent to either perform or you want to make another contingent team. No, All Stars you took. Street Echoes you didn't take.
Can you be clear with the question?
Yeah. I will just repeat 3 points. All Stars, Lit Legacy and Street Echoes. explain the feasibility and practicality for these points because the feasibility was not taken.
Okay. So beginning with street echoes. The practicality for this would be we can actually collaborate with the sponsor, namely either Hindu or Times of India, to host an event on beach similar to Happy Streets. And the point being collaborating with the sponsor is there will be events happening from their side as well, and it will be easier for us to coordinate there since a body is already taking care of production. That was the idea behind Street Echoes. And if not, if we don't get a sponsor for it, we still can pull off taking permissions from the commissioner. That was one thing. Then Lit Legacy. Establishing a LitSoc Hall of Fame board. So Hall of Fame board, with the data we have, I think that can be done near HFC, putting up a board. So I don't think, and for the practicality of that thing, I've spoken to Hostel Affairs Secretary, and he said that is possible near HFC. Then going with All Stars. Yeah, for All Stars, I think we can make a team B like how it actually happens for the sports thing, for the inter-IT sports selection. So we can have a contingent with team B which can be taken from the NCA people.
No.
Follow up. Street Echoes, see, your point is fine, but you want the contingent to perform. No. My question was, in December first week, how do you expect the contingent to perform? You have put street play, music and drama and choreo. All these heavy 100 points events in inter-IT who will be preparing hard in December first week will not be performing for Sarang anywhere outside Chennai. Anywhere in Chennai also. I just want to clarify that. And coming to Lit Legacy, you said, okay, you said has feasibility. No. Okay, it's the same thing. The 3 points I asked, I'm asking. Yeah. Okay, you mentioned you asked feasibility from HAS, but it was not there in feasibility report.
Okay.
Coming to All Stars, the problem which is existing with Team B is, what is the motivation for people to stay in Team B when they know they're not going to go for inter-IT? And do you think this Team B will exist and function throughout the semester when they know, okay, they're not good enough for the main team and they will just keep preparing? Because that is the problem which is already existing right now. This guild sort of system has been something already tried in clubs like music, oratory, and in some places it has failed. Why do you think it failed, and how do you think you are improving in this?
Okay. So to improve this thing, what I thought was getting people from NCA into Team B could actually enhance the participation and the art form reaching out to GSB. So visibility is basically getting increased. And focusing more on if whether they would get into Team A or no. See, if that guy or a girl really has a talent, and why would Team A lose out on that? I don't want to lose out on those people who really have talent and just do not come out into the team because they have low exposure. That was my idea.
We'll move to easy round. Easy people.
Any clarifications from your side? Any questions?
Hi.
Hi.
I am Atharv. I am the SLC speaker. And so I have few questions related to SLC.
Yeah.
Right? So can you just briefly tell me that what are the avenues in which you collaborate with SLC, or in which you take part with the help of SLC?
Okay. For any change in the rule book, we collaborate with SLC. For the budgeting, we collaborate with SLC.
All right, no problem.
And if we want to remove someone from the team from a core position, or there's some strict action that has to be taken, we actually come to SECC and then go to SLC.
You come to SECC to go to SLC?
First we come to SECC, tell them regarding this thing, then go to SLC.
No, you don't come to SLC.
Okay.
But anyway, apart from that, do you know, so you mentioned budgeting, right? What are the various components of budgeting in the Sangam?
Various components.
Do you know how much was the Sangam budget this year?
Per sem 30. Total of 60 lakhs, right? For Sangam.
Did you see the cultural rule book? I mean,
Yeah.
for the previous question, do you know the budget this sem?
This sem.
Like odd sem at least. Do you know what's the odd sem budget?
Yeah, the budget was somewhere, I mean, the finances were somewhere around 33 lakhs for Sangam.
So what are the various components of that 33 lakh? Do you know?
I'm not really sure of it.
You'll be making the budget of your sphere, right?
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So in case you want to put a bill, or if you want to put a resolution, can you tell me a difference between a bill and a resolution?
Okay. So a bill will be proposed to the Executive Council, and they'll be liable for it to pass, and they'll be taking the responsibility. For a resolution to pass, it will be with the involvement of admin. Yeah, with the involvement of admin.
No. Can you please explain with an example?
Okay. So let's say if there has to be a change in the cultural rule book, that will be a bill.
Okay.
For resolution, I'm not really sure of an example, but yeah, what I understood was it's not just the Executive Council that will be involved in this, but it has to go through admin, is what I understood from the point.
Okay, so actually resolution is a proposal that is given as a direction to the admin.
Okay.
It's not to work with the admin, but it's a direction that admin should focus on this matter because it does not come under the purview of student secretaries or student government associated organization.
Right.
Right? Okay. Can you also quickly tell me how many standing committees are there in SLC and what all standing committees you collaborate with?
Okay. The standing committees right now are HA Standing Committee, Cultural Affairs Standing Committee, Co-Curricular Affairs Standing Committee, IAR Standing Committee, a total of 8. Yeah, 8. Total of 8 standing committees.
Okay, no, wrong. There are a total of 9 standing committees. And
Okay.
what all standing committees you collaborate with or you work with?
We collaborate with the Cultural Affairs Standing Committee, and we work, and then for the collaboration, not really sure of it.
Just a clarification. So is it just one standing committee you work with, or?
No. There are more. I'm not really sure of
Okay,
it.
you work with more standing committees as well.
We collaborate.
You collaborate means? Meaning, collaborate meaning. Don't know? Okay, we'll move on. Next question.
Just a second. Could you explain? I mean, what is the right answer for it?
Speaker could explain better, I guess.
So you just work with your own cultural affairs standing committee.
Okay.
We have one question here and then we'll move on to GSP and come back. Okay? One question is there, no? One question, just
Okay,
one question.
So your point in Litcoins.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned tangible rewards. How again, like half of your manifesto points are things that are actually happening right now, and again in Litcoins, how is it different from what we have LitSoc like in LitSoc rewards right now? How is it different from that? And like where is the budget coming for these tangible rewards? Because I don't think you took feasibility from us if it's coming from Sangam budget.
Okay. Right. Yeah, right. Apologies for not taking the feasibility from you. For the money that would be coming in, yes, I did not take a feasibility, but that would be coming from the Sangam budget for this thing. We can set a specific amount of how much should be allocated for this, and then divide upon how much will be the conversion rate of coins.
No, we'll follow up. No, we'll come back again. GSB, questions who want to ask? Rise first. No one wants to ask. Yes. Yeah, the instructions are only one question, no follow-up. Be precise with the question, no history.
Okay.
Should be repeated.
Hello. So your point, lithocalypse and chitty gossip, how are these different from points which are in previous manifestos? Basically, lithocalypse is almost exactly similar to Dheeraj's Litso gamification point, and chitty gossip is very similar to Sarang diaries, which is already being done.
Okay. Yeah. So coming with the point of lithocalypse, agreed to your thing ki it was there in Dheeraj's manifesto, but pertaining to the idea, I felt that was a very good idea and that has to be implemented. And since it hasn't been implemented, my idea was to put in there. I haven't really cared much about if it was there in the previous manifesto. All I wanted was whether did it get initiated or no. That was my point, idea for putting this. And going with chitty gossips. So chitty gossips, yes, Sarang diaries already exist, but I want to revive the culture of radio, and they'll be involved in this to actually bring on the alumni and have this thing done.
Next question. GSB.
Next question.
No one wants. No follow-ups. Okay, then come back. That's it. GSB. No more chance. By the time we'll have a SECC questioning.
Yeah.
Very simple, straightforward question. Which is the current version of Culture Affairs Secretary Rulebook that is being applicable?
Version 5?
Sure?
Yeah, version 5.
Sure?
Huh?
I say it's no.
Okay.
Where did you get the version 5?
In the mail?
Which mail?
Yes, mail.
GSB mail.
Not really sure of it.
Can you be me? Yeah, okay. My question was, which is the current version of Cultural Affairs Secretary Rulebook that is applicable?
I have been reading the Cultural Affairs Rulebook of version 5.
Version 5?
Yeah.
But is it applicable? Like, is it amended? Like, sort of?
That was put up in 2022 by Sriraj and Jyotir.
Okay.
So,
no.
Okay.
Version 4 is the only official version. Okay. Second one?
But what about version 5 then?
Version 5 is not passed in SLC.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. You obviously know the full form of SECC, I guess.
Yeah.
What is the difference between SECC and SEC?
Full form or?
No difference. If you want to tell a full form, you can go ahead as well.
Okay. Fine. I'll go with the difference. SCC is Student Election Commission.
Good.
So they'll be taking care of the election here.
Okay.
So.
What about SECC?
Student Ethics and Constitution Commission.
Okay, good. What do we
They'll be maintaining the constitutional book for abiding by rules, making sure that all the rules are abided and the ethics are taken care of.
Okay. There is also one more name for SECC in Constitution, but which we don't use. Do you know? Okay. If someone wants to impeach you, how they can impeach you?
Someone wants to impeach me. Okay.
Or to put in a different way, what are the ways you can be removed from your position?
Okay. Do I tell the process? Do I tell the process?
Yeah.
Okay. So initially, you would be approaching, taking.
Me?
Let me finish. Yeah. So you would be. They would speak to the other teammates.
They means.
Okay, if let's say they were no, do you assume should I assume myself a Culsec here and
consider that you are a Cultural Affairs Secretary, lit.
Okay.
And impeachment, you have to be removed in the sense how you will.
So
be removed.
who wants me to remove?
What are the process in which ways in which you can be removed?
No, I mean there should be a complaint filed against me. Like who is the one who is? Okay.
My question is the process that you have to tell.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So whoever is complaining, so they would approach SEC first. SECC. First, they would be filing a complaint. Then an action would, a background verification would be done on the complaint. Then this will be taken to SLC.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. A
Yeah.
complaint that comes to SECC will be taken to SLC.
To have the, I mean, yes, I guess.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Continue.
So
then what will SECC do if complaint comes to
let him
SECC?
come,
Then
let him
that
complete.
takes to SLC.
so yeah, after SECC verification is done, then the collab would be approached regarding this. Then it will go to DOST. After DOST approves, he.
There are two ways you can be. No, there are two ways to remove you. One is
Okay.
SECC can remove you as an elected representative.
Okay.
Or impeachment motion can be passed in SLC and that it can be removed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One more point. We can go ahead.
Yeah, I'll ask. I have a couple of questions. So tell me, how do you recruit Sangam heads, club heads?
How do I recruit Sangam heads?
Yeah, the process.
Okay, an application process would be rolled out.
Okay.
Application would be rolled out. Then they would Sangam heads in the sense event heads, right?
Yeah, club heads, no?
Okay, club heads.
I guess
Okay.
even scores are there, no?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Going with club heads.
Okay.
An app would be devised. They would be writing the app. Then
Okay,
interviews would be taken with the previous convener or head along with me, along with the culsecs.
Okay. So who will be part of the interview panel? Who are the members of the part of the interview panel?
Okay, the previous heads, cultural secretaries, and ideally collab should also be there.
For all club positions.
Head positions.
All club head positions.
Any head position, yes, right?
Yeah, can you repeat once more?
Cultural affairs secretaries, both
Okay.
of them, the previous heads, and the collab.
That's all. Then event scores?
I mean, that's what I mean. Okay, fine. Yeah, event scores.
Okay. One more situational question I have.
Yeah.
Suppose, let's say you have rolled out application for Sarang core team or Sangam event score or COC or contingent, whatever.
Right.
So you have rolled out application, then you have selected people, then you, what do you do after that? You directly get into a team or do you do something else?
We do the background verification if
okay. You're on track. Okay. So you give the list of selected people to SLC. So they'll do the verification.
Right.
So in verification, you found out that one of the course or somebody has something issue. Then he has to be removed.
Right.
Then what do you do?
I put this up to the SECC and stating that this is what is happening. And then if they get a permission from the higher authority, maybe collab or maybe those, then we could reconsider. Unless that
So those can revert any decision that made already by SLC, SCC and in constitution.
He cannot revert, but he can have a say as what?
He have what?
He can have a say on this.
Say means?
Say in the sense?
A vote for this thing. If
So SECC decisions involve deans voting. That's what you mean.
Ideally, no.
Okay.
Spirits.
Want to,
yes,
you have some
who
more?
want to go? Continue.
So Litcoins, back to Litcoins. Did you see Sangam budget this year? Like last sem, this sem?
Specifically for
No, because Litsoc Awards is already budgeted and it's already happening. So what is new in Litsoc coins? Like Litcoins, whatever.
Okay. So with Litcoins, what I felt was these Litcoins will be later with the conversion rate can be converted into food coupons, or they can use this as a whole to avail any merchandise or use this to buy something else. Not exactly giving them cash price, but can be used as a monetary during food coupons or with anything else.
Is it a clarification or a follow-up? Yeah.
So you're saying Sarang merchandise and Sarang coupons for Litsock rewards. Like, is that like we are doing that right now? Are we doing that? Are we allowed to do that?
No, yes, we are not allowed to do that.
Next question.
Yeah, hi. So, in a situation of, say, you're out there for intra-IIT culturals and you have gone, right? Because typically at least one culset has to accompany. And a disciplinary actions, like a disciplinary violation happens. So, I want to understand from you, what do you think is the step-by-step approach to resolve a disciplinary violation that happens at intra-IIT? And what is the power dynamic or what is the functional split between the contingent leads or the Sangam course, whatever they'll be called, and the cultural secretary at intra-IIT?
Thanks for the question. I had a different version of it, sir. Continue.
Could you repeat it once again?
Okay. Yeah, not the one SECC was thinking I'll ask. But so if you are at intra-IIT culturals and a disciplinary violation happens from our contingent, okay, over there, something that violates their disciplinary authorities, what do you think is the step-by-step approach to tackle that situation? How do you think the whole thing will play out? And where do you think the disciplinary action will affect whoever was accused of it? And at intra-IIT culturals, what do you think is the functional split between the contingent leads and you as a culsec?
Okay, I'm not really sure of the functional split, what happens. But when a disciplinary action is taken, the authority which is responsible for taking disciplinary action will be sending out the info to the current culsec who is present there, letting them know that this is happening. Post that, this info would be sent to our college, stating that there was a conduct breach in the intra-IIT. Further action would be taken after coming here, apart from whatever is being done there.
Clarification. No question, just clarification. No clarification, right?
Okay. See, what you should do ideally is first figure out what type of disciplinary action has happened there. So, like multiple, whether it's hostel or academic. As it is intra-IIT, it can't be anything academic. It will be some hostel violation. I'll just give you the situation which happened this year. Okay, yeah, obviously without names. Like in our institute, girls are allowed to go into boys' hostel, which is something not allowed in IIT Patna. But without realizing, by mistake, our contingent did that. And because of that, the hostel affairs secretary in IIT Patna and the admin was ready to take a disciplinary action right there. So what you should do in such a situation, considering this is something hostel related, first you handle the HAS of that IIT, of the organizing committee. Second, you handle it with the admin of that host institute. Then, if needed, you have to handle it with the organizing committee, but contingent heads, this is where the work split comes, contingent heads will be dealing with the organizing committee. You will be dealing the hostel affairs secretary and admin side of it. And if the situation escalates too much, you will bring it to IIT Madras. Then here you will handle the admin side and HAS, CCW and everything.
Right.
So this is the work split, and this is how the step-by-step process should happen in the host institute.
Right.
Next question.
So there has been discussion going around about how there's going to be a split between Sarang and Sangam's positions, right? So what is your plan for the positions and the team structure next year?
Team structure next year?
Yeah, next year.
Okay. So first things first, it hasn't been divided yet. So if it is divided, then the present culsecs would let me know regarding this. Then an action could be taken. I mean, I could give it a thought, but with no proper info from the current culsec, I don't think I'm the right person to answer it here.
Is it a question or clarification?
It's a follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, this is a situation, say the split happens, and in your whole thing you have mentioned about, what do you say, events on day 0 and events at schools, such like events involving schools, which would involve the clubs actually sending out people to conduct events there and all that stuff. If the split happens, the whole team structure, the number of people in each team will reduce. How do you think that will affect the, like, what is it, the events taking place outside campus in schools and also on campus during Saran? Efficiency and ease of the thing taking place.
That will have a very negative impact with my idea coming in here. And if the Sarang Sangam split happens, it won't go the way I expect it to be, because the team size has reduced and the number of work that they would be doing would be too high.
Next question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Sankalp. So, I want to ask you a question regarding Canvas of Dreams. Do you exactly know whom you should approach to make those very good artworks to be displayed across the Sarang areas? Because I don't know, like, I don't remember you approaching me for any feasibility, because I'm the ambience core. So if you want to get those things to be kept in a really good places, like what places do you think you want to put, or whom will you approach for putting those things, if not ambience?
So clarifying on the thing, Canvas of Dreams was my idea for school kids to present their arts, not us doing anything there. And whom do I approach? So what all I needed was just either a tent or a space wherein ropes could be there to present their art forms. Or maybe a chair where, let's say, there's some quilling art or an origami to showcase. So it would require a chair or a stool, that's it. So with the minimal things, this was my thing.
Follow up or clarify?
Yeah, so regarding these questions only, like where exactly do you think you have to put these things? Because at the end of the day, you have to make some other team work for this event, right? Like whom do you think you want to work for it? Whether you want Events Fine Arts Club to handle this thing, or whether Mad Ambience to handle this thing. Like, how is this thing gonna happen?
Okay. So
the question is, she's asking who would you approach to do this?
Right.
That's all.
Right. So for this thing to happen, yes, agreed upon your point. If we want to showcase it and lit it up, yes, totally agreed. I have to coordinate with the Ambi team. But apart from that, I think the fine arts team can take care on selecting which paintings to be put up there, or which art to be showcased. Yeah.
Next question.
Hi, Sankalp.
Hi, Suket.
Quite a few things to talk about. In your third section, that says LitSoc, I see tech in half of those points.
Tech.
Primarily Insti space.
Okay.
And I heard from my friends here that you had a few comments to give about Insti space, its validity, its applicability, and its relevance in today's life in Insti. Can you elaborate on that once again, so I can give my comments, and also help me understand what exactly this collaboration is that you're talking about, that is mentioned in, I think, 2 of your points.
For the Insti space?
Correct.
Okay. So for the Insti space, my idea was, with that app being very active when I was a fresher, and in the last year as well, I had been using it for multiple purposes. Not just me, the Insti Janta. So that was a very successful app, is what I felt. So I wanted LitSoc to come in there so that people again start using that app, and it will be an Insti thing for us. So that was my idea. This was regarding the collaboration with Insti Space.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the collaboration of LitSoc is this thing. The other one.
What is it that you said about Insti Space's relevance today?
There's nothing I mentioned about Insti Space relevance to it. I wanted it to happen in Insti Space because it will be our Insti thing. See, LitSoc is happening in our Insti for our students. So
you think Insti Space is relevant right now?
Yes.
You think Insti Space will stay relevant for the next year or 2 at least?
Yeah, once we start working on it with all of these collaborations, yes, it will.
Start working on what?
Specifically speaking, when compared to the previous thing, like when I was a fresher.
Give me a list of all features that InstaSpace has today.
Okay. It is the e-ID card that we have. Okay. Not everyone has it again. The freshers.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The e-ID card next.
e-ID card. Then the mess thing.
What is the mess thing?
Mess menu.
Okay.
Is it updated, mess menu?
No, it is not. Yeah.
When?
So the next thing is e-ID card. Student data.
What is student data?
Basically, if you search for a roll number, you get to know who is it.
Okay.
These are the three things I extensively used, and before there used to be updates regarding various things on the InstaSpace, but now, right now, I don't see any of them.
You realize you're not the first one who has conceptualized the collaboration and an inclusion in InstaSpace, right?
Right.
Even SECC has done it.
Right.
A lot of teams have approached us saying we'll do something with InstaSpace.
Right.
Tell me what are those ideas and if they have worked out or not.
I'm not really sure of what all were the ideas that were implemented.
Then how do you then check whether your idea has a better possibility of succeeding than the ideas that have been implemented before you or not? And when you don't know, have zero idea about that possibility, how does it become fair for you to include InstaSpace in 2 of your manifesto points?
Yeah, so I felt that this would be a good option to go with, thinking that this would actually reach out to a lot of people.
See, felt and thinking and all is something that a coordinator says while ideating, okay?
Yeah.
I need data. If you can come and tell me, I went and spoke to the WebOps head, he told me that daily active users, monthly active users of InstaSpace is this. If we can reach a certain percentage of those people and convert them into coming into LitSoc events, and therefore my participation will increase by this much, then this is a valid point.
Yeah.
Let's say that the daily or the weekly active users of InstaSpace is 100 and your participants are more than that, and those are all your participants anyway. You are getting no advantage by using InstaSpace, right?
Right.
This data is not there. If that data is not there, is this a point either for culturals or for me? It doesn't make sense either way, no. Because my team has to put effort.
Right.
Where is the budget for this coming from?
Yes, agree to your points that I haven't really gone through the statistics. But,
Where's the budget?
I haven't devised
Sarang
any
profits. Brings me to the next point.
Just a note, in total we have 15 minutes left.
Yeah, cool. He's fast, we'll get this done quickly. Give me the finance overview of Sarang this year. Give me the inflow, give me the outflow, and tell me why those two numbers are not the same.
I'm not very specific on the numbers, but...
Why are you not specific on the numbers? How many teams do you have to handle?
In the sense?
How many teams do you have under you?
I don't have anything under me right now.
How many teams will you have under you?
I'll be having 11 Sarang teams.
Sarang is how many organizations will you have under you?
There'll be one organization, Cultural Affairs.
Cultural Affairs is not an organization. Sarang is an organization.
Okay.
And maybe if you want to consider Sangam an organization as a separate one from Sarang, maybe that is another. For 1 or 2 organizations, it is not very illogical for me to expect you to know the basic financials of it. Give me an approx number, it's fine.
Approx. So, as far as I know, the budget was 1.7 CR.
Okay. Budget means what? Inflow, outflow, what?
Inflow. Not inflow. The total budget that was devised for Sarang was 1.
What do you mean by budget? Define budget.
The amount of money that could be spent without any losses.
Without any losses. That means it's inflow only, no? That means how much money is coming in.
I'm not really sure of the numbers that have come till now. See, inflow might be different.
Fine, give me expected inflow.
Okay.
There's a Sarang bank account. So when I'm trying to calculate my spending, I will calculate it based on how much I expect to hit this bank account in this year.
Right.
How much was that expectation?
Oh, okay. Not really sure of that.
Give an approximate number. No, that also you don't know. Huh?
Approximate number in the sense, so this 1.7 CR, that was the thing I know.
What is 1.7?
That is the budget.
1.7 is what? Expected inflow or what is it? Tell me that. 1.7 is A plus B plus C plus D. What is A, what is B, what is C, what is D? You tell me that. Where is the 1.7 coming from?
Oh, okay. Where is the 1 point?
Where does Sarang get its money from?
Okay, so yeah, from the sponsors, from ticket sales, from the merchandise sales, all of this.
So that these things as 1.7 is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Correct? Now how much was Sarang spending?
Sarang spending?
Yeah.
See, I can specify on the avenues that Sarang has spent, but not really.
Avenues on Sarang has spent that even I'll tell. Or anyone will tell.
Okay.
Or someone from GSB, they'll also tell what Sarang spends money on. It's visible on the roads. You tell me how much you spent. You're an aspiring Kalsec. You should know this data.
Right.
Otherwise, what will you fix next year?
Right.
What is right? I want an answer. Give me an approximate idea, the number.
So, yeah, with the fund days I have taken and what I have heard, there's a loss of 40 lakhs.
Okay. So now calculate how much spending is there.
If it's 1.7, then 2.1.
Okay. Now what is your plan of action to try and match these two numbers or to bring the spending below your inflow?
Okay. So my vision went on with accountability and visibility for Sarang. So getting in this accountability thing, it is not about how big artist we get. It's about how smoothly we function the team.
Accountability to whom? Who is accountable to whom?
Sarang team should be accountable for their finances and spending.
Accountable to whom?
Accountable to the institute.
How? Institute is what? Institute is director plus administration, professor, staff, students, cleaning staff. Everyone is institute only. Accountable to whom in the institute?
We need to be accountable to ourselves to make things happen properly.
That has been happening now also. What is new system in this? What do you mean accountable to ourselves?
See, what has happened before is not in my hands. What I'll be doing is
that only I'm asking you. I'm asking you precisely that. What is in your hands? What are you going to make sure? You will have a Sarang team under you. You are going to make sure that the Sarang team is accountable to someone. Who is that someone?
The GSB.
So the GSB. So that means the entire finances, how much inflow is coming, how much outflow is going, how you're budgeting, where you're spending money from, all of that will be public for the GSB to look at and scrutinize. Is this what you're saying?
That won't be public.
Then how are you accountable to GSB then? If they can't see that data only.
But with the efforts we put in for Sarang and whatever the shows that we put up, if the GSB is satisfied to it, I think we have reached.
I'm talking about financial accountability.
Okay.
Not accountability about like some Arjit Singh coming and performing in OAT. I want financial accountability. Tell me who you're accountable to financially. Who do you report to? If you are to get elected today and become the cultural secretary literary, who do you report to? Who is your immediate supervisor?
I'll be reporting to the Dost.
And?
Dost, Kalad.
Huh.
And director on the top.
You report to director directly. Now,
director on the top.
The 40 lakh loss that you said Sarang underwent, where did that 40 lakh come from?
Where did that 40 lakh come from? Loans.
Loan from?
Loan from a stacked account, I guess.
Stacked account. Where does stacked account get money from?
Student fees.
Student fees. What part of student fees? What student fees?
Not really sure of that.
How many different types of fees do you pay? You are paying no fees. Forget your secretary ambitions. You talk about yourself as an institute student. How many different types of fees do you pay in a semester?
Hostel fee.
Okay.
Academic fee.
What is academic fee?
I don't really exactly know the name, but yeah,
And?
There's optional fee for Sarang and Shastra.
No, that's a part of hostel fee.
Okay.
Fine, there are only two. Don't think more. In hostel fee, which component goes to stacked?
Which component? Not really sure of it.
Then how do you know that money goes to stacked from hostel fee?
I know that money goes from stacked, but
How much money goes? Per student.
Per student?
Yeah. how much are you paying to STACT on a semester basis? Semester by semester, how much are you paying?
Semester by semester.
How much was your hostel fees?
Yeah, how much was your hostel fees?
At least 7 something.
So a part of that goes, right? Now tell me how much that part is. Or give me an approximation. It's fine.
Is it 3K?
Fine, close approximation, it's okay. Now where does this 3K, as soon as you pay, where does that money go?
Where does that money go?
Yeah. This full 37K you paid, no. Transaction you did. It went from your account. Which account did it hit?
Which account did it?
Forget all this. Now when you get money from STACT, that 40 lakh you got. Let's say STACT magically got money from somewhere. You got money back from STACT. How is STACT going to get that money back?
How? Okay. With the money we generate, we'll have to.
Where are you generating money? You're losing money. You lost 40 lakhs this year. You lost some lakhs last year. Before that also you lost. Where is the generation happening?
Right now it isn't. Agree.
Then how is all of this cash being paid back?
It isn't being paid back.
Then who suffers because of this?
The GSB again.
Not GSB. GSB doesn't care.
Okay.
The other teams who also want to claim money from the same pool suffer.
Okay.
Now tell me, for these reasons, because it is so important and because all of us sitting here care a lot about it, explain your financial accountability process to me. I know you don't have one. Make one and tell me now. This is important. If you can't tell this, then you don't. Then you deserve to get rejected.
So STAT gets money from where? Can you just repeat that? Where does STAT get money from?
From the money we pay as fees.
Which fees? You said 2 fees.
Hostel fee.
Hostel fees. No.
Okay.
STAT gets money from extracurricular fees that you pay as part of your institute fees, which is 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
Okay. Establishment B, which you pay as part of your hostel fees, goes to hostel. So you see barbecue night, this night, that night, all those things happen because of your establishment B.
Right.
So now answer his question that since STAT is students' money and the loan that Sarang takes to clear its debt is taken by the STAT, what will you ensure your financial accountability to?
Just on a note, 7 minutes left. Total 7 minutes.
You take your time in thinking. Those guys have some other questions for you to ask you. And in the end, you can close your soapbox with this answer on how you will ensure financial accountability of the Sarang team.
That will be the last soapbox question. Spirits. On a note, 7 minutes. No more extension.
So, coming to that digitalizing food coupons,
Yeah.
there's no feasibility taken from finance course, and even DevOps course mentioned that it is not feasible to do it during their hectic tenure. So how did you put that into your manifesto without taking proper feasibility? Even follow up from previous question, you haven't explained about the feasibility of prize money that has been allotted to day 0 of Sarang for school.
Right. So we'll begin with the digitizing food coupons. For doing it, my initial idea when I had discussed it with you, it was, we came to a common ground that it can be done, but we aren't doing it. Not that it cannot be done explicitly. So that was the thing.
No, next question, next person.
Follow up.
No time. Next question, next person.
So that was the thing, and
No.
Done now. I did not answer. I did not finish my answer.
Again, continue.
I did not finish that answer. Yeah. So speaking to the aspiring course, and what I understood was it is doable. And taking an example of eCell, they're already implementing it this year. So taking inspiration from them, I think it is very much doable.
It's person, it's question.
Okay, 2 points in the manifesto. Lit sanctuary, just tell me how could this possibly be a Culsec manifesto point? Second, litocalypse. So from my understanding of English, apocalypse means end of world. Does litocalypse mean end of litsoc? Second question, if you want, you can skip. First question, you tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, the lit sanctuary thing. How can be a manifesto point? So, for Culsec, okay. So my idea was to collaborate with AS. That was very clear over there. I never told that it is explicitly my point. So I wanted to do this because the novels which are there right now, or the classics, whatever books they are in library, they're very much scattered and less in number. So going beyond the academic books, this was my idea to actually structure it and organize it at a place wherein people can really access it and improving the number of books in the library. And with your litsoc plus apocalypse, that is just an indication I gave that something destructive can happen with gamification, not the end of litsoc, but to the game of play. Yeah.
One last question from Spirit. One last question. Karthik.
So you haven't answered that, again follow for that, answered about that budget thing.
Budget thing, I agree. I hadn't taken feasibility from you. That was an issue from my side. Yeah, totally agreed upon it.
And I have a question. One clarification from before that I told you that it was a point from my manager.
Right. Yeah.
Digitalizing food coupons is not possible and it is more scammable. If you have discussed with DevOps, you would have got more clarity on that.
Yeah. One last point.
Yeah. So the previous question itself, Lit Sanctuary. You said you wanted to collab with AAS. Explain me according to you, what is a collaboration mean by? Because explain what is collaboration and what exactly is the cultural sphere gaining from this. This is also applicable for one more question where you said you're collabing with department fests, I think. But that is fine. You explain more specifically for Lit Sanctuary on how we are benefiting from this collab. And according to you, what is a collaboration?
Okay. So how we are benefiting from this? As a cultural sphere, as a whole, there's no specific point that I want to focus on that we are gaining something out of this. We are doing it to improve or revive the culture in Insti, wherein library is not just filled with academic books, but beyond that. That was my idea. And what according to you is a collaboration here? Specific to this point, collaboration, meaning ideation would be done by us. And after speaking to the aspiring AS, he agreed upon this that this would be taken forward and budgeted by them.
Did you ask current AS for
I did.
feasibility? Okay. You can answer Sukit's question and end the Soapbox.
Okay.
Yeah. Before going to that financial accountability, I have one question. The question is is there a difference between cultural affairs secretary, literary and arts?
Okay. So pertaining to the word literary and arts, when they had devised these two roles, literary had literary clubs under it and arts had art clubs. But over time, when a lot more clubs got added and Sarang came in with all the supporting teams and teams being built up, there is no clear differentiation on the work they do. They do it together.
Yeah, there is no clear difference. Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you want to apply for literary? Why not arts?
I'm sorry?
Why do you want to apply for literary? Why not arts?
So there is no clear differentiation is the first.
There is no clear difference.
Yeah, I'm coming to it. But over time, it has to be very honest, there's no difference between literary and arts in terms of work.
Yeah.
So I want to apply for this.
That's what. There is no difference. So why do you want to apply for literary? You could have put opponent to Arjun, no?
I could have done it.
Then?
I didn't do it.
Okay.
No, see, See, that's what I was asking, a genuine reason. Why do you want to really have your name tag in your resume or something like literary? Why not arts?
I did not think that far that literary would be a resume point.
Okay, so you're answering, we'll go to financial.
Yeah, can you please answer that question, financial accountability, because it is very serious and everybody should know about it.
Right.
What is your plan to make Sarang profitable when you are keeping on adding other expenses like the Apdipoda, something?
Apdipoda, sir.
Apdipoda, yeah. So what is your plan on making Sarang profitable this year so that it does not drain money from the corpus of STAT?
Right. So, taking an example of Apdipoda Sarang, with the financial thing coming into place, my idea was to tapping into a different audience.
Steps to make Sarang profitable. Don't explain
Right. So steps to make Sarang profitable. So with this, when we tap into new audience, there will be a lot more people who will be buying tickets. So we are basically increasing the publicity or visibility of Sarang, reaching out to a different avenue. So through that, we'll be generating revenue. If you ask me for specific numbers, I'm not really sure of how many people would be buying tickets and all, but there will be definitely a rise when compared to the usual thing. That is what I can justify upon. Yeah. Who am I accountable to? I'm not really accountable to a single person or something. As a CulSec, it will be my responsibility to make sure that there are no losses in Sarang. So,
shall we end? Yeah. Yeah.
No.
You want? You want to ask? Yes, finally.
No, because there's no. What you're telling is just your job. That's something that you're supposed to do.
Right.
What he was asking and I was asking is how you would do it. Plan of action. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Explain.
Coming up with plan of action in 5 minutes, I don't think I'll be able to.
You will have to do 100 things where you'll have to come up with a plan of action on the spot in your tenure. If you can't do it now, then you can't do it then.
Thank you, Sankalp, for putting for CulSec. It's a privilege to have you as Cultural Affairs Secretary.
Sure, bro.
He didn't get selected yet.
Yeah, and see all this roasting and everything is just for fun's sake. I hope you get to have a great tenure and keep your team motivated. All the best for your tenure.
Thank you.
Okay, with this, we formally end the Soapbox, and I congratulate and wish Sankalp to get selected. If he is, then yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.